Most traders talk about liquidity, but very few of them actually understand it. In this video, I'm going to show you what liquidity really means inside the candle range theory framework and how to finally stop becoming it and start anticipating it. So, in this video, I'm going to break down what most traders get wrong about liquidity, what liquidity truly is, how to see it clearly, and why this matters. So stick along, watch the video because you'll definitely learn something new. So let's start with the truth, right? Most traders have a shallow view of liquidity. They think liquidity is just stop hunts, imbalance fills, large wicks. And while those are signs, they're not the full picture. You see, they see a wick and assume manipulation. They see a spike and think the move is done. But they're actually reacting to price, not understanding it. Let me say this: liquidity is never random. Liquidity is created and released within structure. That's the key. So, to dive even deeper on what liquidity truly is, you have to know that inside of candle range theory, liquidity means something deeper. Okay. This is probably going to be something explained in a way that you might not be used to hearing yet, but just hear me out. Liquidity is energy. It's what fuels movement from one part of the range to another. Real liquidity lives inside the structure between the major high and the major low. And within that structure, there is internal liquidity, okay? And these are the hidden areas prices magnetize toward to grab orders, create reactions, and ultimately fuel those transitions that we all look for. Think of it like pressure building inside of a pipe. If you understand where that pressure is focused, you can anticipate the release. That's liquidity. So, how do you actually see liquidity using CRT? First, you need to define the structural range. Mark your major high and your major low. Like I said in my last video, that is your container. So let's do that now. Now, inside of this range, you want to identify key internal liquidity points. Think in terms of the extremes of the market, the ones that you know will generally cause the most significant reaction. So these will be areas like previous candle wicks, tight consolidations, our major high and our major low that have not yet been touched. Now, a key to understanding is that price actually moves toward these zones with an intention. So now let me mark these areas out and we can see how they play out. Now, what you want to do is pay attention to the type of candle that forms when it reaches these areas. Now, let's watch and see what happens. Okay. So now that price came to this area, let's keep in mind these three things. A long wick candle shows liquidity being grabbed. A small body candle near that level might signal a temporary pause or rejection. But now a long body candle that actually breaks through a liquidity area tells you energy is being released into the next phase. Now let's continue watching. So now let me explain. This long body bearish candle, it did have a solid break into our area of liquidity, but there was never a sweep of the low. But what this still means is that the market is still grabbing liquidity that's enough to generate a minor reversal, which is what it did. And so as we keep watching and we see that the market did come back down again into this area, we now see what I said to look for previously, a long body candle breaking through a liquidity area, right? We get that. So now we're waiting to see a long wick candle that shows liquidity has been grabbed, which it did. It came into my maximum area of liquidity that I had overall. So in this case, this would be your key level. Now let's see. Yep, we got the close. We got our long wick candle showing manipulation. Let's keep watching. Okay, now here we go. Another thing to note when it comes to liquidity within this area, and why this area still did not give us our full expansion. Okay, it still went to the 50% of this previous candle, which is more than valid. The 50% when it comes to a candle range is always more than valid, and they're generally high probability. There's just a lower return. Now let's continue thinking in terms of liquidity, right? This long body candle, although it broke through this area, right, it did not break through this full area of liquidity. It just tapped it. This is a minor detail, but it tells the story. Okay. So from this point, before a full reversal, we're looking for a candle to break through lower in this area, which is exactly what happened here, followed by the manipulation candle. And then our full expansion should now begin from this area. Let's just continue watching. Let's keep going. Hit our first area of internal liquidity and rejected. Now it's continuing back up. Now it's going to continue up because now it has to close within this area, above this area. There we go. Now let me stretch out our high. Our major high should be broken from this point on. And just keep watching. Watch how it collects the liquidity every time and then get ready to go farther into an expansion. It's getting closer. And there you go. A perfect tap and break of our major high that was from this point, and it was anticipated all the way while the market was still here. Anticipation is everything. But now, as you can already see, liquidity tells a story, but only if you're reading it in context with the overall structure. This is why most traders lose. They chase where liquidity was, but CRT helps you see where it's actually building up. So instead of reacting to wicks and spikes, you should anticipate them. You expect the grab before the expansion or the rejection. When you understand liquidity this way, you stop over trading, you stop second guessing, and you stop getting caught on the wrong side of the move, becoming the liquidity. You move with the cycles, not in its reactions. That's how you read price with conviction, and that's how you trade candle range theory. If you found this video useful and helps you understand liquidity in a new way, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and even just leave a comment down below. See y'all in the next video. Peace.